Last week on The Edge, we were with David Booth, an NHLer at Twin River Outfitting. He killed a 20 3/4 inch black bear. It was a completely crazy episode because he tweeted it to all his followers. We're in the newspaper, we're on radio, and we're on television across North America. It was totally insane. Instead of tucktailing and hiding under a spruce tree somewhere, we decided let's go up to northern Alberta and let's go after some more big black bears. This is Trouble Bruin, Part 2. The tweet made it so big, the viral video made it so big, and then you go and put the show on, and then it's going to get worse again. Holy cow, I woke up this morning and I'm on the cover of the Edmonton Sun. I can tell you what, this is one of those times when hunters need to protect, what they have and protect the hunting community, and they have to rally together and be one. And I guess this crops up every once in a while, and we have to face the facts that we have to be able to, support what we do as hunters and explain that what we do, there's nothing wrong with it, and or tuck tail and hide.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart
pounding. The Edge is brought to you by Polaris, Hoyt, Easton Archery, Hornady, Inferno Tech, Avalon Knives, Slick Trick Broadheads, Titan Fuel Tanks, Boning Archery, Under Armour, Luminoc, 10-Point Crossbow Technologies, King Optics, and High Mountain Seasonings.
Hello, Ryan?
Yeah, this is Ryan.
This is Ted Nugent calling to salute you for being a real conservationist up there in the wilds of Alberta, Canada, and I wanted to call and salute you for keeping the magnificent Canadian black bear in the asset column. You're doing God's work up there, and we salute you, man.
Well, I appreciate it, Ted. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to remind you that everybody who is educated about conservation, science, and wildlife, we support and thank you for what you're doing up there, and we're very proud of that success story.
I got a couple questions that they've asked me to answer. I thought maybe you could help me with them.
Well, I'd be more than happy to.
These are some of the questions. Am I cowardly for hunting on baiting bears? How it's not acceptable in the community. Questions that they're kind of tough to answer without either opening the wound and making it worse, or...
I don't think so. I think you need to stand your ground. Number one, people don't dislike it. People are not against it in the community. The vast majority of Canadians support moose and caribou and deer and bear and waterfowl and grouse and rabbits as a renewable resource that must be utilized. And the money that hunters and sportsmen generate, we're the ones that pay for the game departments to manage this stuff scientifically. So someone who complains about a trophy hunter, is a good steak a trophy? We eat all the game that we kill, so always make sure you emphasize that these wild animals are the best food in the world. They're the highest nutrition, most delicious food in the world, and we use it with reverence. Plus, we use the hides. No one's ever used the hide of a chicken sandwich. No one's ever kept the hide of a hamburger. We keep the hides, and we have them mounted. And yes, they are trophies because we put our heart and soul into being the best predator that we can be. And the use of bait optimizes the identification of the different animals to make sure that we're killing an old boar. And quite honestly, I don't think a lot of people understand that when we kill a trophy boar, even though we use the meat and we use the claws and the bone and the hide, we use everything with respect. When we kill an old boar, we're actually increasing the bear population because that old boar will eat more young bears than we would ever kill. So people have to educate themselves to science.
Just talking to you briefly here really puts it in not a different light for me, like what I believe in as well, and it helps me with the language when I'm confronted with this type of stuff. So Uncle Ted, my blood brother up in the U.S., down in the U.S., I appreciate you taking the time to call, and it's always fun to chat with you.
Well, I appreciate it, Ryan. You're doing God's work up there. You know, God created these wonderful animal resources for us to utilize with respect. So I wish you good luck. I hope you get a beautiful Alberta rug steak, a beautiful rug and some delicious steaks for the grill, and salute all the hunters, all the fishermen, and all the trappers all across Canada. By hunting, fishing, and trapping, you guys are doing God's work. So we salute you and encourage you to keep going.
I think everybody in Canada feels the same about you too, Ted, so we salute you back.
All right, man. Well, good hunting, and get a big old bear for me, would you?
I will. Hopefully we see you next year.
And next year, as soon as I can, I'm going to come up there, and the Nugent family is going to celebrate the great spirit of the black bear, and we're going to get up some rugs and steaks with you.
I can't wait to taste your recipe.
All right, Ryan. Godspeed and good hunting to you, man.
Okay, take care. Thanks, Ted.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so this hunt has just been getting crazier and crazier by the minute. Well, that was pretty cool. You don't get to talk to Ted Nugent every day. So that whole big blast that we got in the Sun, the Journal, across Canada, in Toronto and Winnipeg. I don't know if it was in Winnipeg, but I believe it was. Anyway, I think it was in every Sun publication in Canada, being on the cover here in Edmonton, my own city. And just insane. So, you know, when you get phone calls like that from guys that have really been around the block when it comes to hunting and have seen and heard just about everything they can, it's pretty humbling to be able to talk to a guy like Ted Nugent when he really is an educated guy. He really does know what's going on, and every point that he makes, as you just heard, hits home pretty hard and is 100% of the money. So I can't wait to enjoy a rug steak, as Ted said, which was a pretty good line. Yeah, so this hunt has just been getting crazier and crazier by the minute. In the morning, getting all the texts, and my phone has not stopped. So as an Albertan, we all know that it's a good thing to hunt black bears. As a hunter, we love hunting black bears any chance we get. But there's a science behind it. And we went to a biologist at the University of Alberta. His name is Mark Boyce, and he knows everything about black bears. Let's see what he has to say.
My name's Mark Boyce. I'm a professor at the University of Alberta. I've been studying black bears for about a decade, a little bit longer than that. We initiated a very major research program to evaluate specifically this issue about the effects of baited bear hunting. The consequences of hunting are to remove adults from the population. About 70% of the harvest is adult males, and the consequence of that is to create opportunities for the survival of young bears. What happens is we have an increase in turnover of the population, and actually we increase the survival of young bears as a consequence of removing older bears from the population. There was concern originally that cubs may be orphaned, that there may be lower survival of cubs, that sort of thing in a hunted population, and that's just not true at all. It's the other way around. We actually increase the survival of young bears as a consequence of having a harvest on adult bears.
Okay, so that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it.
That's the nuts and bolts of it. I mean, there are some interesting social dynamics among the bears and so forth, but the old males are death on cubs if they can catch them. Certainly, if they encounter cubs, they'll oftentimes chase them down and kill them.
So, do you have an opinion on bear baiting? Is it something that you would stand behind, or is it something that you just know the science of?
Well, I mean, it is a viable management option. Certainly, from the context of the bear population, it's certainly a sustainable harvest, and one that can be done fairly efficiently. And also, the consequences are to increase the turnover in the population and increase the survival of young bears. the mortality of young bears is much higher in a population that does not have harvest pressure.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Mark. I really appreciate you taking the call.
You bet.
Okay, so this hunt has just been getting crazier and crazier by the minute. In the morning, getting all the texts, and my phone has not stopped. We have an opportunity to get those facts out there, and hopefully we can do that. Now it's time for me to go bear hunting. I'm out of here. Hunting with your friends is important, and David Booth brought one of his good friends, Tommy Goebel, on this hunt. He's a pro hockey player out of Europe. Now these guys get together, they grab the 10-point crossbows, and they sit in the stands and go after another great big bear.
Hey, look at that 10-point.
Oh yeah, there, hey, up here in Alberta.
Beautiful 10-point crossbow. About to light up a bear, man. It's hotter than any girl you've ever dated right here. Are you kidding me? Oh, shut up, I'm honey.
But the bait's right there. We're only about 15 yards away on the ground. We're covered by this sheet. And we didn't have much time to cover ourselves, but it's pretty spooky because the bears come from anywhere again. And we're right up close and personal with them on the ground like this. Kind of sketched out, to be honest. It's awesome. When you don't know what's coming in,
Hey. Get the gun. Get the gun. Anyway, that's enough excitement for one night.
I got the gun pretty quick.
Good, because I was just about to get charged.
I got the gun pretty quick there. Kind of took off and hoping it comes back around to give us a shot here. When he clears those pine trees. This crossbow freaking smoked that thing. Look at the blood trail, man. It's like a paint. It's like somebody painted a line and I followed right to him. That was unbelievable. Behind us, probably up to 15, 20 yards, and spooked off, ran away. You know, he kind of circled around and just worked his way in really slow through here. And fortunately came out and gave me a good shot. And I couldn't be more excited. Dave, come here and look at this. I'm stuck in a root in this tree. In a hurry, eh? Holy cow. Look at that. Just smoked it. Look at that thing, man.
Best 2 days I've ever had of hunting, just to share that experience with you, Tommy. And
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool to see, like I said, your emotions go up and down as this bear was just toying with us coming in and out. But man, what a great spot here. Lots of bears, lots of big bears. And obviously you could tell color-phased bears, and it doesn't get much better than here.
No, I mean, he set us up perfectly, and luckily this thing came in, and then that 10-point crossbow really ripped him up good.
Oh.
We were following a paint trail right back to him about 50 yards, so
Exactly.
I couldn't be happier. This is awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Booth and Tommy got their bears, but we're still bear hunting. So we're gonna head down the road with Wizard Lake Outfitting and join Gunther Tonnelier in another camp and keep hunting Alberta black bears.
Brutus is a big bear. He stole the beaver last night and he's not gonna do it again. Let's see what happens. Bear coming in.
Wizard Lake, hunting with the edge. And I just killed my first bear, and probably the biggest bear I ever killed. I'm super excited. You can see the shaking, but we got it done.
I called Gunther. Gunther and Ryan are coming. We're gonna check them out. Great bear. Awesome hunt for Mark. That's a great bear, especially for first bear, or any bear.
Oh yeah.
Sitting on the ground for big black bears.
Like Ted Nugent said today, I'd like to get back to camp and have some bear steak, or no, what did he say? Rug steaks. That'd be pretty cool. So we plan on, if we can get a bear out of here tonight, or if we get a bear on this trip, for myself, I'm gonna eat it. Damn. We were just doing a take, and the phone rang. So you're on TV right now. Well, why? You want me to move?
Another bear down. I'm supposed to be hunting, but we just keep getting these bears down. God. Gunther, what do you use? What's your magic potion?
Oh, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Right there.
Just some gravy fun right now. Good job, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, Gunther has some pretty awesome friends that are pretty good at archery, I'll tell you what. And then tonight, I wasn't here, but Dan Forty was, and this big Bruin came in. Once again, a huge bear at Wizard Lake Outfitting, and you got a chance to make a perfect shot on a beautiful animal. Good job.
Appreciate it.
It's tragic but true. People often hate what they don't understand, and that sure can be the case with hunting. You find supposed environmentalists and animal lovers out there calling out hunters for killing animals because it's wrong or bad without even understanding the life we live. Society has an ugly way of judging other cultures. It's up to us as outdoorsmen and women to stand up for hunters' rights and to do what we love to do. We hunt with our brothers and sisters, our closest friends, and our community. We know where the animals come from and how it was prepared because we hunted. We are good men and women who love nature, love the outdoors, and take care of it in a way that few do. All I'm saying is, before you assume things about people who are doing one of the oldest traditions known, maybe you should get out there and give it a try.
I don't know, overall it was a great week. Best night was the first night, so you know what? We got a lot to be thankful for, that's for sure.